Alright, well, I'm sorry the lighting sucks, but that's the way it goes with winter time and trying to get out here in the afternoon. But just want to show you guys kind of what it looked like real quick. This is standing, I'm at the end of the driveway. Well, here's the end of the driveway right here. And here's my mats. There's 4, so I guess that's all we got left. That sucks, but I know there's at least one that's busted in half over there in a mud hole, and the other one, I don't know where it's at. But anyway, they got the job done, so I guess that's kind of a just sunk cost. But you see, they come in here and he dug my ditch just like I asked, and just piled the dirt over just enough to make a little berm to keep rainwaters out. But it really doesn't look a whole lot different than the end of day 3 that I showed y'all, just because I mean I had to send the guys home. I didn't have money to pay them to do anything else. But we've got a big burn pile over here, big burn pile over here, which that one over there is probably fine. This one's sitting, I think, right about where the garage is going to go. So this one's going to have to get burnt up and cleaned up in the near future. But they told me it was clean enough that I wouldn't need a rake or anything to get in here, but I do believe I will. That's a rake behind a bulldozer for the non-equipment junkies out there that watch my videos. But you can see there's quite a bit of chunks. You know, that's a 6-inch log laying right there at the tip of my finger, and there's little bits of stuff out through there. So I will need to get a bulldozer and a rake in here at some point. Over here where all this water is, that was that real bad rotten spot that's been there the whole time they were working. Not where they got the traco stuck, but it was getting worse the more they worked. So that's going to need some serious attention. But where I'm standing over here, it's solid. So that's good, at least. But anyway, let me walk around back, see if I can get an angle from behind and show you guys a little bit more. This is just the backside of one of the burn pits. So you can see that log's a little bit of char on it right there. The burn pit's just on the other side of that. Maybe I can walk over here and show you real quick, actually. Just try to make sure I stay on high ground. Yeah, okay. So you can see the trees are piled down in there. Looking pretty green right now, but you know what? Pile them, just let them sit and dry. We'll try to work as quick as we can, but they're not going to burn or go when they're that green anyway. So probably come back out here in a couple months, in all honesty, and have to let them dry that long and light it up good and hot. Maybe I can just rent an excavator for a day or two myself and come and get all that burn up and get all this moved on and burn as well. That's a pretty hefty pile. But we're just walking on around a little bit. You can see just a little bit more of my little ditch that I asked him to dig. I told him to focus on the east and the north, or north and west side. But yeah, the ditch doesn't have any water, and I don't see any water back in the woods there. We got about 3/4 to an inch of rain over the weekend, but I'm standing on high ground, so far still looking good. There you go. Here's the ditch and the berm doing its job. Whether or not the berm kept any water out, per se, I don't know, but there's at least water down in the ditch, and that was the point, was give it a low point, give it somewhere to go. So instead of rainwater standing all out through here, hopefully it finds its way into the ditch and stays drained off. There's just another little rotten spot. We're over on the west property line now, and I don't think that's necessarily rainwater that just pulled up there. I think that's maybe some stuff that's squishing or that was already there. We're over by where the creek, for what it's worth, is at. I'll show you that in just a second. I tried to walk over there and it was squishy, so it wasn't like it was water just sitting on solid ground. It was squishy. So I think that was pre-existing water. But let's see over here. And you can actually see in the trees, you can see the trees are thinner right here. And that is kind of that break, that thinning spot that was where that ditch was. Let me just find my way through, try to stay on solid ground. I'm out here in my work duds, so I don't want to get my work boots and my work pants too nasty, you know. Find my way over here. See, there's some more puddles, and see right in there, that was that sort of natural. You can see the underbrush, the break in the trees, and the different quality of trees. So that's some more of that. That's where that little creek, I think, is. And let me see if I can even maybe get over there to it. This was what was really critical to keep water out. This is where I believe when we get a real hard rain, water comes into this area from this creek. Water runs through here. And you can see quite a bit of water right in this spot. So either this is just a naturally already wet spot, or my berm didn't work. But I think this may just be a area that already had more water in it. It might be that when he actually drove through here and dug the ditch, that this water is mostly all from that was already here, because you can see it puddled here and puddled there, and I can see marks where he had the mats back here. So I imagine he very well may have actually most of this may be water that was already here, because I know when I walked when I walked through here and tied off the ribbons on these trees, I had to walk through water right there. So there's very well maybe water that was already here. But anyway, that's about it for the tour. I'm going to cut it off and stop showing you guys all the same stuff. But it's southwest corner, another big brush pile. Right about in there somewhere is where they planted the track hoe. So anyway, big clearing. It's a whole different world out here. Very big, very open, and I'm excited to move forward with it.